Okay, here we go. Hello, we're now here with Robert Newman, candidate for governor. Robert, thanks for being with us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your campaign?
I think what most people want to hear is who I am. I want to make that real clear for people to know for whom they will be voting, rather than keeping things in terms of guesswork. Okay, I've been a resident of the state of California since almost the time that I was born. I was born in Michigan. My father was stationed at the Balboa Hospital in San Diego. When he was discharged from the military, we remained in California. So I've been a Californian essentially all of my life. I speak Southern Californian. I do not speak Michigan pronunciation. I think the most important factor that those who are really interested in me is that I'm a believer in salvation through Jesus Christ. I conduct my life consistent with biblical principles. I've been married 60 years to my wife, Mary Alice Newman, my devoted, committed partner. We attend Oak Valley Church we live in Redlands. We attend Oak Valley Church in Yucaipa, California. That's east of Los Angeles. And we have 2 adult grandchildren. We have actually 2 children. One chose to have children. We have 2 adult grandchildren. Educationally, I have a BA in chemistry, organic chemistry, and zoology. I have an MA in research and theoretical psychology, and a PhD in research clinical psychology. I have several publications in professional journals. At that time, peer-reviewed journals meant something within the profession. It's questionable currently. I am child trained. That is to say, I'm actually a child psychologist, but do, and more recently, research in trauma work, and I've done years of clinical trauma counseling. My major thrust in California as governor is to open California. That's based on my position of individual responsibility. My government is not responsible for how I think, how I feel, and how I behave. I am. The reason that I say that is that we have been oppressed by our government and controlled. That's government interfering with our lives. So, as governor, leadership, decision-making, policy setting, and a role model. Our leaders are role models for those who, I'll say as a psychologist, need a father figure. That's extremely important, that we have a role model to follow that is honest and has integrity and speaks the truth and shares with the people so the people can make the decisions that need to be made. Many people are concerned about the forest fires that we are experiencing now, the Dixie Fire, for example, up north. There are others up north, I'll make reference to Dixie, that this is, listen carefully, laid directly at the feet of the environmentalists who prevent clearing of certain areas that control forest fires and burn down residences and business, like in Paradise, California. So we need to clear. We need to allow logging to thin the forests, to help control the spread of forest fires. Another concern of people in California is something that's dear to my heart. I grew up on a small farm in Southern California. I've studied water issues all over the state of California. I know about Shasta Dam and the Central Valley Project. I know about the Department of Water Resources out of the Orville Dam. Oh my gosh, that is so important. And the dam wall itself has been so neglected by administrations for a long period of time. That is a serious problem. I have published a book with co-author of my wife discussing that specific topic of water availability in California. The solution to that is to continue the original plans by the Department of Water Resources and to build then off-stream reservoirs. That should have been done a long time. We have 2 going on now that are sizable. That should have been done to collect snow melt and flood waters all along. To continue with water issues, I'm very familiar with toilet to tap recycling. I'm very familiar with the desalination issue, etc. There are especially minuses to the latter having to do with energy consuming. So that's extremely important that we realize that water is important. Education, I have a doctorate. Education is very important. I've done research in the primary grades. I've done research in the prison system. We must return our children to school to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, and not all these social issues about critical race theory. Am I a male or am I a female? Genetically speaking, XY, male, XX, female. I've done research in that area as well and published it in the late 70s and early 80s. They need social contact to learn social nuances. They are very complicated. They need that contact. We need reading, writing, and arithmetic, survival skills, employment skills. That's what we need in our public and private school system. We need school choice, much more economical. Now, what else do I want to share with you about my position is that agriculture and energy. We need California to be energy sovereign, food supply sovereign. Our government has been misled with respect to yielding to others, and our boards of supervisors and city councils and our legislature has allowed the health officers to dictate. They must be decision makers. They must have the courage to do what needs to be done rather than just saying, he told me so. Reminds me of the situation of primary grade children going to the local store in a small town. They all went in. The older ones encouraged the youngest one to steal a candy bar, and they waited outside watching what was happening. The younger child, being innocent, following the misdirection of the older children, got caught. And he said, they made me do it. Looked through the glass, they were no longer looking in. They had scampered off. We are responsible for our behavior. Children have to learn that. They need social contact to do that. I do appreciate this opportunity to share with you who I am and what I represent. I live on a small farm. I grew up with a water well. I have a water well, my wife and I, right now, to manage the farm. So I know the importance of water upfront. It's not a municipal, It's my own water resource under this property in the aquifer. We must respect private property rights. I am opposed to eminent domain. If I choose to sell my property for a reservoir, for a road, for a school, hospital, that's my choice, not my government's muscling me into compliance. Again, I don't know the timing of which I've discussed these matters with you, but I appreciate this opportunity. Bless you. I'm Robert C. Newman II, candidate for governor, state of California, in the recall election. If you expect honesty and integrity to lead this state out of this oppressive environment, vote Robert C. Newman II in the recall election. God bless.
Thanks, Robert. One last thing. How do people get a hold of you or find out more about your campaign if they want to support you?
You know, that's very considerate of you. I forget to do this. I have a website, quite impressive, at the cost that's almost minimal, because that's my mindset, is Newman, N-E-W-M-A-N, the first N is capital, 4, the number 4, governor.com, Newman4governor.com. Read about my position, see some of the videos of those multi-ethnic individuals who support my campaign because they know my heart, they know my integrity, they know me. Roger, God bless.
All right. Thanks for being here and good luck to you.
You're welcome.